Hi. Hi. Hello. Hi. I'm Seamless. And this is the 12th tutorial 20K tutorial video in which I use words. And this one was suggested by DJ Bits. And it's a Deadmau5 sound. And this is it. So, this is from the intro of Sophie Needs a Ladder. And the thing about this is that the sound itself, I am personally kind of proud of having made it because it's not something that I usually do. And it's deceptively simple in the sense that actually what threw me off was the fact that it's a chord, and it's a fifth. It's a high fifth even as well. That's what it sounds like with that reverb and delay. So if you listen to the intro of that track, the reverb and delay are kind of a big part of it. And so the fact that I just made the sound might not be that impressive, but that's just because I actually have no idea how to do that with a delay. Because every delay module I've tried to use, I just realized how to do it. But that's okay. It's basically a delay alignment thing. And the way that it appears to work is that you have a whole bunch of delays of differing lengths, and they will eventually line up properly. And you kind of set them up to line up when you need and want them to. And then you also just have a huge reverb because the sound kind of makes the sound that it does in the track just by itself with just giant reverb. Might need to tweak it a little bit and have maybe use your own favorite reverb plugin, but that's basically it. But how does the sound work? So the way I have done this is that I used a Harmor, and I used two parts. The top part is this A bit, which I have set to frequency 3, frequency ratio 3. And this is basically a fifth. It really took me a while to arrive at the fact that it was a fifth. But anyway, I also made it kind of plucky. I also shaped the local EQ to kind of emphasize particular parts of the spectrum. And the pluck shape is a little weird. It's a double curve line. So this means that the highs go away kind of fast. The mids will go away uniformly, but not as fast. And then the lows will stay there. But high, mids, and lows, I mean for every single note, because this is a per note function. As you see, it's a little bit more present visually here when I do that. But it is still happening with the higher notes. It's just that the higher frequency is the one that's doing this. I also used an interesting function of the phaser, and the phaser has a setting called frequency. It's under special. And what this does is, instead of attenuating the harmonics, like just amplitude, it actually changes the pitch of the harmonics based on the shape of the phaser. I'll demonstrate this with the new Harmor because I don't want to fuck up this one. So like right now, this setting is causing this shape to happen. And if I set the frequency, it's still the same angle and shape, but now it's being applied to the frequencies, the pitch. That's basically what it does. And I use that to basically sort of make it sound unsure. Like the sound is a little awkward. Tiny is a bit weird and a little bit off, but not super hugely. I also every once in a while I'll use this to sort of make it crazier supersaw, because again, supersaws are all about detuning and pitch differences between voices, so that's kind of a cool idea. But not this time. So it's a saw wave originally, and the EQ kind of screws up the waveform just a tiniest bit, but the underlying principle is originally a saw wave. The phaser, so on the phaser mask. So here, this is actually a spectrum setting. This is one of the few in Harmor that's actually a spectrum setting and not a per note setting. You can see here, this line represents the fundamental tone of the note that you pressed. So in this mask, I actually have it set here so that the phaser is actually applying the fundamental less than it does all the other frequencies. The frequencies are only there for a short while anyway, so the texture created by the unsuredness of the pitches all moving around like they are is a bit interesting. I've also made a custom shape, and I just kind of screwed around and arrived at this one for no real reason other than that it sounded good. Same thing with being on a harmonic setting and the speed that I'm at. This is all just also key sync that did that because I wanted to sound uniform for every note. I mean, in this song, this sound is really only ever the one note anyway, so not really a huge deal. Anyway, this is all on top of a fundamental tone that is more than, it's actually kind of far away from this note. I'm trying to think about like what notes are actually, like how far. I think it's 3 octaves and a fifth. away from the note that we're hitting here. Or maybe it's just an octave in the fifth, but it's kind of far away. I have it on ratio multiplier 2, or frequency divider, basically. So we have multiplier and divider. Multiplier makes it twice as much, and then the divider makes it twice as low, kind of deal. So, but it's also very lightly pressed, and the pluck is huge. And I believe I'm also volume modulating. Nope, I'm just plucking. Just the pluck. So this is making it so that it's going, it's only just a tiniest bit present, and then it's being distorted together to create the sort of warble that happens, because we're distorting a lower frequency sound on top of a higher frequency sound, which means that the larger periods of the lower frequency sound are going to affect the tonality of the higher frequency sound, because it's being crushed together with distortion and a little bit of compression. Not a whole lot of compression, but a little bit of compression. So your task, if you want to actually like faithfully recreate the intro to the song this is based on, is to basically have a crap tone delay setting, like 5, and cue them up in such a way that they're a little bit off of each other in terms of time, and then they'll eventually sync up again, and then they'll unsync, then they'll resync, kind of thing. And then setting that up so that it works rhythmically with the track is kind of a big deal. I'm not going to do that because that's a huge amount of time, and I really just want to make a sound, and I feel like I did. So that's it. I'll put this patch up on the description, and I'm moving on. Yeah. Thanks for watching.